So, it's been a while, huh? Look, I know I haven't been uploading as much thanks to school draining the shit out of my energy, but don't worry, I promise you guys I'll be back for the holidays since I'll be getting a little more than 2 weeks off, so I'll have plenty of time to focus on the stuff I want to be focusing on. But do you guys ever just get the urge to just redesign an OC because you found something cool on Pinterest or wherever and you decide, oh, that will look good on my totally not psychotic murderous cyborg OC? Yeah, I think I'm starting to see a pattern with me because I have redesigned an OC like 13 times to the point where I start to realize that I can't make up my mind. I think way too much of how my OCs should look to the point where I need to stop, pick what I want to use as an inspiration for how I want my OCs to look. If I like it enough, I stick with it. But no, my brain decides to go do a fucking whirlpool and make me choose a bunch of other options. Ugh. So, I will be redesigning Vincent. Yay! I really need to start uploading more OC content. Even though I really want to be uploading Genshin Impact and Five Nights at Freddy's speed paints because I'm currently obsessed with those two pieces of media, especially since I grew up with one of them. But with Vincent's redesign, this might be the last time I redesign this guy. Because I'm starting to realize that if I keep redesigning my OCs, I will never reach a conclusion. Oh my god, I am not scripting this. Since I'll be changing Vincent's design, I will choose what I'll be keeping, what I'll be changing, and what I will not be keeping in his design. So first off, we'll be looking at this little mood board, I guess you can say. A pretty poorly made mood board, might I add. So first off, I think I would be keeping his hair, or at least the way his hair is kind of styled. The slicked back type of hair, but with the bangs still on his face. The thing I will change is that his hair would become more messy and more longer, like a mullet or a wolf cut. And I will change how his bangs looked. And I will also be changing where the black and white in his hair kind of goes, because I now picture him to have more of a messy black and white type of hair instead of, black on the bangs and white on like the rest of the hair with a slightly black tipped hair. So now I'm just gonna go with making it messy because that's the vision, the vision of a creator that I have for him now. And the second thing I think will be this little red eyeliner wing that he has on his under eyelid. I like the red eyeliner on male characters, but I am not really a fan of the little wing anymore. So I will get rid of that and keep the red eyeliner so it goes all the way up to like to the corner of his eye. The second thing I will be looking at is his outfit. With the hat, I will get rid of the horns, cause I'm a bit confused as to how they would be added, especially since the usual straw hat is very thin. So the horns I don't see them working, especially for a character who is supposed to be a bounty hunter. I will be keeping the mask, but I will not be making it as a Oni mask. So instead, it will just be a regular cybernetic mask over his face, mainly to conceal his identity, so he's not easily recognizable. The outfit, the one thing that bothers me when I look at it now is that it has too much belt on his shoulders, on his thighs, and then there's these two straps that just hang from the back, and I'm confused. When looking at this outfit with logic, I'm confused as to how these two, where would they be attached? It doesn't really make any sense to me now. And I do not like the red and yellow stripe that goes down the back. It's too bright for the type of colors that are already used mostly in the outfit, and it kind of feels out of place, especially. I will also be getting rid of like the bodysuit that he has underneath. I don't know what I was going for, honestly. Instead, I will be giving him a plain shirt, but with a usual large cyberpunk jacket over it. And for the pants, I think I will just have them as one shade of maybe black or really dark blue. The boots could also use a little work. They feel really flat, but also the straps, looking at the straps, they look really, really small. And they also lack a bit in detail, so I think I will also have to fix those as well. And yeah, I will also get rid of this Harry, I think. I literally don't know what I was going for like the top over the black bodysuit. The Harry with belts attached, as much as I want to, do the mix of traditional Japanese out Harrys with like cyberpunk elements mix, I don't think the belts on the shoulders can work with what I am going for, so the belts have to go. Yeah. I will keep the hat, the mask, the usual black and red colors, maybe tone down the red a little bit, or maybe include a bit of brighter red, but not too bright, so it doesn't clash as much. I will add some belts, yes, because especially as straps on the jacket or on the jeans, the knee-high boots will stay, but for his bounty hunter outfit, they will not be on his everyday outfit. Okay, so now that I've done analyzing these two, I think we'll move on to designing his outfits, his new outfits. Hopefully the ones that stick before I decide, this looks bullshit. Okay, I'm done rambling. So for starters, I'll be going back to what I originally started with, and that is his hair. So I did this little sketch a couple of days ago where I kept like the usual elements, where one side of the face has little bangs covering it, meanwhile the other half has more bangs on that side of the face. But instead of keeping the bangs on the same length, the right side will have a lot longer bangs, while the left side is a lot shorter and a bit slicked back. And if you see on the side profile, I also added that his hair is a bit longer, because if you look at the other two examples, you can see that they're clearly like a messy mullet type, which I think I will change to make it just a tiny bit longer. And you will see how his hair will look like when it's fully colored in the new reference or concept arts with his new outfit, but I will be drawing more different angles of his hair, and I will be using these already finished sketches and just color them in, so I don't have to redraw the whole thing all over again. For Vincent's everyday design, I was going for the baggy, loose, casual type of style for him. Something that you would see, casually worn by people in a cyberpunk era. So I was thinking about giving him one of those large, baggy zipper hoodies with pockets on the shoulders and 2 straps on the front, with a bit of design on the front of the jacket as well in a red color. Thankfully not so saturated, so it doesn't hurt the eyes, nor does it really make it difficult to look at when the hoodie is not even black. It's more of a really dark gray color. And underneath his hoodie, he would be having a skin-tight turtleneck t-shirt, easy for movement. And for his pants, I decided to go with, for Vincent's bounty hunter outfit, I changed the entire thing completely. I took some references from Assassin's Creed and did some research on modern day or cyberpunk bounty hunter outfits as references. And so I designed Vincent this long trench coat styled coat with a scarf to conceal his neck, and a completely different mask that fits the cyberpunk era that he's in, and also a black Japanese straw hat, but it's not really made out of straw. Mostly used to hide his hair, because since he bounty hunts during the night, his hair would make him stand out so much. And his shirt is a very dark and also toned out blue. So his outfit is not completely black, but so there is some slight differences. I also gave him gloves with the inside of the palms of the gloves being red, so it's also not completely black, so there's a bit of color in it. For his pants, they are just simple jeans with belt thigh straps for his guns. And for his boots, I designed them to also be some sort of protectors almost. Like, the light gray parts are actually plastic, so it helps him slide when he gets on his knees, with also knee pads. The belts are the ones that are holding the plastic parts onto the boot, and I just made them a little more fancy and more detailed than the previous boots that he had with those tiny straps that were barely visible. So this time he would be actually able to tighten his straps rather than, having Smurfs to tighten his old ones. And yeah, there is not really much more commentary for me to add, because the outfits I designed look really simple and there's not a lot to explain, other than that I did look up some references online for what I was originally going for. And so for his bounty hunter outfit, I stick with the usual long trench coat with a scarf and a mask, gloves, and knee-high boots, with just some modernifications, I guess you can say, on them. And I think that's that. I'm not really good at explaining my character's outfits, so oh man. But I will be making more of these videos of me redesigning my OCs with commentary. I just will be putting those videos on hold because I have something else in mind that I want to release for Christmas, and that one will be taking a lot longer to do because it's multiple drawings in one video. So I will be going offline again for maybe 2, almost 3 weeks, but I promise the wait will be worth it. And be prepared to hear me getting angry because the topic for that video, I was aware of it when it was happening, surrounding other artists who are younger and how they are horribly treated on social media platforms. So, yeah. It's gotta be a wild ride, but thankfully, I have it all sorted out, and thankfully I don't have a lot of schoolwork for this week and the next week, so I will be having a lot of free time on my hands. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know my commentary may be a little off. This video is not scripted at all, especially since I want to get it out so I can focus on the more important video at hand. But I still hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys like the new design for Vincent and what I had in mind for him. And because I had a lot of fun with designing an actual outfit for him that I will be using a lot more than just changing him every couple of months because I can't make up my mind. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. Good night.